This is a base model Spyder F3, and behind the rider's seat is a solo rear rack. Prior to this, I had been using a rack that protruded off the back of the F3, but I had a couple of issues with this solution. For starters, I never have a passenger, and in addition to that, the old rack partially blocked the directionals from the sides, made the Spyder longer, and I wasn't fully feeling the vibe. After all, this is the sports version of the F3 lineup. So I took it upon myself to create what I really wanted. This project required the parts to be sourced through two different fabricators. I use a local service for milling the aluminum parts, and Send Cut Send was used for its awesome sheet metal services. This box is from Send Cut Send. It contains the brackets and specialty washers for this kit. And as you'll see here, they do a very, very good job with their packaging. Definitely do not disappoint. And of course, some swag. And always, always a tasty little treat. Always look forward to that. And here are the 4 stainless steel washers, which makes this whole project go. Now, I looked all over the internet, all over the world for the correct size. I couldn't find them, so I had to design them myself. The brackets are secured to a piece of cardboard with a shrink wrap. And I like this because it keeps the pieces of metal from flopping around inside the box and scratching each other up. Now, these are made out of steel, not aluminum. I didn't trust aluminum to handle any kind of load. And they are 4.8 millimeters thick with a black matte powder coating. And the powder coating looks really good. I'm going to get to that piece of candy sooner or later. And right here is the hardware that I'll be using to attach the brackets. It consists of these 4 pucks. These are the aluminum pieces I had a local shop mill for me. And then I had those powder coated. And right there, these are bushings. Those bushings come from the Spyder F3's passenger hand grips. So if you have an F3S, you have them. Anybody with a rear seat will have those. And I made the pucks recessed so that they would fit right in them. Not necessary, but it does make it look kind of nice. And of course, there's going to be an M8 bolt which goes through, and that'll attach to the side pegs on either side of the passenger seat. So here I'm going to put washers on each of the pegs. And then what's going to happen is the bracket will go onto the pegs, and then the pucks will be screwed from the outside into the pegs, and that will sandwich the brackets and force them in towards the Spyder. Follow? Stick around. And it's really just as easy as that. We got one side done. Oh, there he is. So as I'm putting the left side on, I just want to relay a message that a friend would like to tell you. If you do this project or something similar, make sure you have your rear seat on or the rear cowl on before you put your brackets on. Because if you don't, you're going to have to take everything back off to put... Let's just say the reason why this is going so smoothly is that this is not the first time that I assembled this today. This rack was designed to be used with SHAD's big mounting plate. Now there are 3 mounting positions. I prefer to use the center one here. The other 2 will bring the top case either closer or further away from the rider. When screwing this top plate down, we need a nut and definitely a washer. Now there's not a lot of room between the top plate and the cowl, so if you have big hands, it can be a tight space. And I found using a flange nut was the way to go here. It combines a nut and a washer into one piece, making it much easier to get onto the screw and tighten things down. Now we're just about ready to wrap things up here, and I just want to express how much fun I had doing this project. And even though this was something I was doing just for myself, I'm going to do the best I can to make this kit available to anybody who wants it. And by the way, that's a SHAD TR-37 I'm putting on the back of my ride.